Hey, what's going on, guys? Got the DJ Wiz in the house today, right here in Pinku style, coming live from Asao, Japan. So like I said, guys out there, I promise I'm going to bring a good guest here. Like I say again, some of these people you've probably seen before, definitely if you've been in Masala, but some of you guys will meet for the first time. So, of course, I'll throw it up to him in a second. He'll introduce himself. Again, like I said before, I'm going to have the guests, of course, are going to go up, but people got to see, like, what the podcast is about and things like that. But again, my main thing, it doesn't matter about how big or small somebody is put my circle out there, and we'll get into how we met and all that stuff like that. So again, this is going to be episode number 11 here. For episode number 10 is live right now with Quan Taylor, so definitely make sure you go into Facebook, check that out, like the page and everything. Instagram is coming. I didn't do it the other day. And the Quan episode for audio and video is live in HD, 1080p HD, so that's good to go and check that out and see what we're talking about. So again, just jumping into today here with my guy DJ Wiz. Just gonna throw it to him for real quick, introduce himself, then we'll get right into it, man. So go ahead and tell the crowd about yourself, man.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am the one and only DJ Wizdim, repping Miss Sour, repping Atlanta, all over. My man Donnie. Thank you for having me. Yeah, man. So I mean, pretty much, man. Like, initially, I think I knew. Fit by face, I knew of you for a while because I was just going to shop at, like, everybody know you in there or whatever. Just like all the chicks that work at Burger King, you know where they are. So you see them in town, it's like you're seeing your principal or your teacher. You know what I'm saying? So we always walk through a few head nods here and there, being brothers or whatever. But then, like, I didn't really get to meet you until we worked out there. Were you there when it was Cubic, or came there as BSE? BSE. So that was a job, man. So we pretty much got the rap. We spent a lot of time in the trucks and everything, dealing with all that stuff, man. And my biggest thing, man, like getting right into it, like, all right, say some dude straight from Russia or whatever comes to America, want to be a DJ, man. What's somebody got to do, to become a DJ, man? In your opinion? Well, in my opinion, just the knowledge for music. That's a really big thing, and also just what everybody likes to listen to, starting from a broader perspective, smaller. Especially in the city.
We'll bring it up a little bit more.
Oh, okay, yeah. Especially in the city. Music, then now you can start investing in that expensive hobby of DJing. Equipment. Nowadays, equipment it's still expensive, but you're not selling around as much anymore. Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so far as you're like, for you, man, like, what was your going back, kind of, what was your introduction to music and everything? Like, brother or something like that, or?
Oh man, mother was she worked in radio syndications for 40 plus years. My father was a drummer. He see, so, man, so I like this because we ain't never talk about that, man. Yeah.
So damn, that's dope, man. So your parent, pretty much you were in it. And I think, like most people, man, like, for me, it was just my uncle or whatever. I used to watch, like I was telling Icky, he been there, doing his DJ sets or whatever. Then next, I didn't know the dude was doing 92Q and all this stuff back in the day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think 92Q was originally in Baltimore, and then I think they moved, like everybody moved to Atlanta. I don't know what that the Baltimore to Atlanta migration, man. We'll hit on that a little bit later, man. But yeah. So far as I know you mentioned that, man. As far as your equipment from your starting out to like where you're at now, how many different setups have you had?
I want to say maybe like 5 or 6. I'm currently now I'm down to 2.
What brands were? What's your first brand?
Newmark.
Newmark, yeah.
And now we're Pioneer, and we're Technics, 1200s, Reigns, you name it. I've played with it, I've used it, and here we are now. Yeah. Pioneer.
And so you started like doing your DJing here in Masawa, or
yes,
before. So I know we got the DJ True up there.
Yep.
So did you knew True when of course everybody knows True, man.
Yeah.
So guys, True, when you get in Masawa, man, hit me up. I know you be like ghosting in, man. So definitely hit me up when you get here so we can get you in here, man.
Hit me up too.
Yeah. True be like Greg, man. He be in and out. You see him like, hey, what's up?
That's for sure.
But yeah, man. So guys like that. So you got Satoshi, you got different guys. So were you seeing these guys before? And then it's like, I'm gonna try this try my hand at it, or how did you go about getting into the club scene and everything?
As a matter of fact, when I first got here, I had no idea this is what I'd be doing, in all honesty. And just going out in the city, being shown around, I'm like, oh, this looks like fun, but you know, I'm a little more dedicated. When somebody says fun, I see that. As soon as there was a opportunity, I took it just immediately, and
yeah, man. So I mean, I know how many events, because I saw when you met me, like I know you were doing like, I mean, I remember the first week there, man, you were like tired, man, because you got the job, and then he was like, yeah, I was at, you know, I think you were at Hirosaki the night before you were going, like that weekend or something like that, and then you like, you know, you had the CRV, which, you know, yeah, that's actually bringing that up, man. All my guys out there, the CRV, this guy. That was that CRV build that we did, and I took it up there and broke it, and then still up there, I got to go pick it up. He had this joint, so he donated the CRV to the shop, which is still gonna be built into something cool. I mean, it was cool, but yeah, man. So I mean, you had the CRV up and down the highway and everything.
Oh man, yeah,
and doing all that, man. So yeah, man, it's definitely, I mean, crazy, like to see from just getting into it until, like, you know, you're actually getting shows and getting booked. So how did you go? Who's the person you would talk to here? I mean, you don't have to name him if you don't want. If you're cool, you want to. Who got you like the bookings, with yourself, or how did that work out?
Well, I started out. There was actually 2 ladies that I was working with when I first started DJing. They actually got me into the club scene, and then from there, you know, the name started to spread, you know, on its own or by word of mouth, and then, I mean, somebody's like, oh yeah, you know, like you're going somewhere. I have to give a thanks to Too True. You know, he gave me his blessing to continue to keep moving, you know, even further, and his network reached out, and from there, just more and more people saw, you know, not only an opportunity for myself, but also, you know, they saw talent. So. Okay,
yeah, man. So then we also know you were doing the you were doing the gig, the unpleasant gigs, which, you know, the commander, I mean, I don't know who. I mean, whatever. Ain't nobody probably watching this joint from there in that realm. But I mean, I remember you talking about that stuff, and it's like, you know, that was like, that's the stuff that people see, like when you're in the club and the crowd's behind you, and I mean, you know, it's a good night, you smile at the end of the night, but people don't know those joints you got to take to keep, you know, to really facilitate things and make that extra cash or anything. So I mean, how was compared to I mean, I know how it was, but compared to for somebody that don't know, compared to a club, you know, being at the Hills or whatever, like compared, you know, how is that compared to being inside of the E Club with you know, doing a Christmas party?
Well, I mean, military functions in comparison to, I guess, sweet 16s, you know, weddings, or actually just being in the clubs to doing like festivals. I mean, it's a wide variety. You have to keep in mind, you know, edited music.
You got the scent,
you gotta, you know, we're not gonna have, you know, little kids trying to get on the poles and stuff.
Yeah,
you know, if they're even posed there. So but no, it's a really thin line. So
did anybody ever threaten to like shut you down, like something slip up or whatever? Somebody like, hey man, you got to watch that or something like that.
I mean, I've been pretty good about you know, catching it. I mean, you know, thank goodness, you know, whoever designed and made, you know, these new toys that we actually DJ on, there's a censor button on there, you know, run it back. Yeah. But for the most part, clean music. All DJs should have an edited version and a clean version of almost every single song that they own in there. It's
kind of like being the comedian guys too. Like you got to have, I mean, you got to have the acts. I mean, depending on where you're going, playing a corporate gig, you can't be all in the, you know, the rated R stuff. So I mean, yeah, I can see that like being like a thing for some people, and then like some people again, they kind of want to bounce out. For you though, I mean, what do you? Because it's kind of like, I mean, because you know, I make beats or whatever. And I told other people, man, if I would started 10 years before I started, like, and really started, like, really getting into it, probably could have did something with it. But now, man, it's like, it's saturated, man. You got, like, everybody can pick up gear now, and they be in for 2 weeks, and everybody's, it's kind of like the photography thing, man. You buy a camera and some nice gear, and now you're all of a sudden used, like, you know, DJ Tony Loke or something like that, man. And like, yo,
who is that?
I don't even know. Tone Loke. I know who Tone Loke is, but I don't know who Tony Loke is, man. So, yeah, man. How do you feel on that as far as like the saturation and like, you know, getting your stuff out there versus everybody else? Because I mean, and that's one thing. I mean, I mean, I had respect for it because of my uncle, but some guys see it as like this dude is just spinning somebody else's records and becoming, you know, getting famous off of it or whatever, man. So how do you feel about like that aspect, saturation, and also like the people who don't see it as a legitimate skill set?
Well, I mean, some people see it as it just being a hobby. You know, if you're not serious,
bring the mic up a little. You could move it up.
If you're not serious about your hobby or your craft, then that's you know, if you're gonna be a bedroom DJ and that's all you want or that's all you're aiming towards, then that's definitely all that you're gonna get. It's saturation. I mean, it's so easy for anybody to just step in and press a button.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to give mad respect to those realistic, you know, those turntablists and the actually a lot of the men and women that are still spinning vinyl because now everything is going so digital. Yeah. I mean,
that's more like that's just saving people's backs, though, man. Because you know, like, because you got your whole set in your book. You got an iPad. You know, it seemed like, you know, Apple seems like to be the best for that. Because I've seen like most guys got the iMac versus having a laptop. You know, it's a little bit better with the music and the art stuff. And then you got. I mean, for the amount of MP3s, I mean, imagine if you converted that to vinyl. You know, you have like crates for crates and crates, man. Yeah. That's one thing I remember with my uncle, man. He would do his joint. Then I mean, he had the extra large milk crates, not the little. He had the ones that were like, yeah, dude. So he had all those records in there, Run DMC, all that stuff, man. And I'm actually speaking of that, man. It's DJ Corey Smash, my uncle, whatever. Okay. What I'm gonna do, man? He's actually, because he travels a lot, man. You know, he's getting older and everything, and he luckily started traveling. So I was talking to him about you. Okay. I told him when he comes over here, man, he's definitely gonna come over here to visit. But I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna bring you over here and not try to get you a set. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I told him I'm like, dude, you know, he's shit, man. He's up in he's probably pushing 50, man. My bad for not knowing your age out there, but yeah, man, he been in it for a while. So anyway, yeah, cool. I'll get y'all linked up and everything, man. Speaking of the one thing, I mean, the cool thing about, you know, now compared to, like, for example, when True started is, I mean, the technology, the dude's been able to pressure on CDs, what we got right here, we want to talk about in a second. Yeah. Even looking at, you know, Icky got the barcodes, and it's like, man, it's like the technology is making, for those who really want to get it, it's really making it easy for people to get out there, man. So, like, far as the, far as, like, you know, going out getting CDs and doing different stuff, you know, most people see, like, you know, Khalid or whatever. Of course, everybody knows who he is and everything. Yep. So, do you think, like, a lot of those guys, once they get to a certain level, are they like, they kind of like, you know, they move into producing or other stuff? What do you think, like, what kind of message do you think those kind of DJs send to a younger DJ trying to get started, man? Is it like a good message, or this is where you can be, or kind of like they messing it up? What do you think about that?
No, I don't think anybody's messing anything up, you know, in particular. I mean, really, you can speak to a general crowd, and everybody's going to have their own. They're going to receive whatever it is, however they feel in that moment. So, particularly myself, just looking at all the other DJs that are actually doing something and that have gotten somewhere. Those top DJs, I guess, in a way. Yeah. I mean, they're showing me what they're capable of, and what they're already doing it's motivation. Yeah. And
to where you can be.
Yeah, and I definitely, I'm pushing to be the whole package. Yeah. And I mean, and definitely nowadays, DJing alone, personally, I feel like it's not enough.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it was crazy is how many top producers now in the industry there were. I didn't know, man. You know, everybody know Dre. I didn't know Dre. I mean, I heard of it, and then you see the movie, like, Dre was really a DJ. Right. Like, if Dre was a DJ, you got man, you got all these, I mean, of course, everybody, Premier is a DJ, producer. You got, man, I can, off the top, man, there's just so many people that, you know, you got DJ Quick, you got all these dudes, man. I mean, there's so many guys you could throw out there that top level producers are also DJs, man. So, like, that's why I actually do. I mean, so for you, did you do any beat production or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I do production. Yeah. I do dabble in production. Yeah. I mean, before I actually got out here, I was actually studio engineering. Okay. Before I got out here.
So you got the audio, you're all good on that, man. So this is crazy, man. That a lot of guys they don't real. A lot of people don't realize that your favorite dude. I don't know if Kanye did any DJing. I'm pretty sure he could. But
I'm pretty sure he could.
So it's
I'm
like
pretty sure
it's just that ear, man. And like, you know, I mean, again, like I got these C's right here. We'll touch on that, man. You're set up for like making a set, and this is where people like, oh man, I can get up there and press buttons and all that stuff, man. And they don't realize like how you're already thinking while you're playing that. I mean, I'm not a DJ, but I mean, I know enough people to know what goes kind of into it. When you're playing whatever you're playing, you're already 5 moves or 10 moves down the road with what you're going to blend next, what you're going to mix, what you're going to queue up, and all that stuff going on, man. So again, speaking on that, man, how was that part as far as like getting the as far as getting like, you know, that the hardest part of DJing, or was it easy for you, or what's the hardest part to you as far as DJing and everything?
Honestly, I have to say just the crowd. I mean, as I advance, you know, when you're playing for different people, different crowds, people have different, I guess, taste. Yeah. For music, different genres, and you know, you're going to a club that really has maybe one set genre, but you got people coming in from out of town that are expecting something different. Yeah.
So that's, if you ever played one of those, like, I mean, because I mean mostly, I hate to, like, you know, because everybody, you know, we're black dudes or whatever, people automatically assume hip hop. I mean, the thing about people don't know about most music people, man, is most music people got their ear open to everything because you take inspiration from everything. Me being a sample producer, man, any sound I hear is sampled. So ain't nothing safe, man. Yeah. Ain't nothing safe from I'll sample country, I sample electronically heavy. Because it's already done, you know what I mean? The best sample producers will tell you, man, make sure the more the sample contain, if the sample contains a dope bass line, that's one less thing you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So people don't not like, that's a skill. That's another thing I'll talk about later, man. But sampling, people see it as, stealing or whatever. We're going on the road. I mean, we can get deep, talking about like what was really stolen from people in the music industry. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, not to get all political, but I mean, the origins of rock, I'm not going to, guys out there, go on Google and you'll find all that stuff right there. Again, I'm not trying to divide any people. We got enough of that going on right now. But again, stealing has been going on for a long time. The thing about stealing depends on who got the bigger bank account. I've had beats stolen over SoundCloud. That stuff is good and is a blessing and a curse, because if a dude hears your stuff and he ain't got that, the dudes ain't really creative. They got the creator's block. I'm just going SoundCloud and steal some dude's stuff and ain't got no lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So, I brought up before, like, I don't know, we talked about the J. Cole thing. We did. Yeah, so, like, nothing against J. Cole. I mean, I think he's one of the best guys out there right now. But somebody on his team heard my joint. It was no doubt about it. I made it 2 years before that came out. And the thing about that, I told the Icky, that joint, it was on, like, a album that was, like, 10 of, like, 15 on, like, the 28th track. It was not something in somewhere in Europe, man. It wasn't something that you just dig through and see, man. So it happened, dude. They had the lawyers. I had the group out there. Like this dude from this label had permission. I was like, damn, thanks. Dude was like, straight up, man. The music industry is rough, man. So as far as like, so for you, man, like for your music, I know we discussed, like, you do you download your legal copies and stuff like that. As far as that from the DJing aspect, if you want to make a CD like this and put it out, like, what kind of paperwork and stuff are you looking at doing, if anything? Is there a certain amount of units you move or stuff like that, or how does that work?
Well, as a matter of fact, licensing goes into actually putting any type of mixes out. Mm-hmm. I mean, but particularly these in particular, it's for promotional use only. Okay. Because legally I cannot sell these copies. Yeah. So, really, it's just me expressing myself. Yeah. I
mean, then a rule of what, 10,000 units. I don't know. It's been a while since I looked it up, but it's normally like the units, and then like, is it a certain amount of time? Like, well, I heard that's a rumor too. Like the people saying if they only play 10 seconds of it, then you're good. But then you go to Bandcamp and stuff and whatever, and it's the whole song there. It's just like buy it or not. So the thing about it, if it's online, you can record the feeds, man. So like if it's online, it can be lifted. True. Unless they got it is on, they give you a little bit of 15-second clip or whatever with a tag in there, man. So yeah, man, that's one of the things I've always wanted to know. Like, how is it? Like, between yours and then, like, again, a DJ Khalid putting out his, or whatever, or DJ Clue. You know what I mean? I don't know if Clue's still. I'm pretty sure Clue's still around.
Yes.
Yeah, Clue's. You know what I mean? But Clue was coming out with it when I was in high school, middle school. Clue was coming out with a different mixtape. Back in those days, it was mixtapes. You know what I mean? Like every week, he was coming out with something, man. So like, how does the dude like that make money off of it? You know, how does that work? You know, how that system?
Like I said, licensing is definitely a thing, and I mean that protects you so that you can actually make money. But you're definitely paying those people whose music there,
So it's okay. So it's real. It's deep there. So definitely,
it is deep.
Yeah. So I mean that's the crazy thing, man. Is again, people see it like is this music on? You know, he's just taking a bunch of his favorite tracks or whatever and putting that down. But it's like you said, man. It's the crowd. Because I mean, again, man, I know music, but again, it's that you know you got the crowd there and all that stuff, and then like you know that's one thing. When I did that last event, when I did the first joint. The crowd was into it at what was the old Hills, because it was like, you know, it was like I was on a drum, and then Will was there, Tan, other tall Chris
right.
with the dreads.
Yeah.
Who else was there, man? Bobby Black, rest in peace, was there.
R.I.P.
And a few other guys, man. It was that the energy was there, man. Like and the dudes were like, I'm playing and chicks are trying to touch the NPC. I'm like, man, get you like I'm playing mid beat, hitting the hi hats and slapping people's hands away.
Uh-oh.
And then, but that was like different because it was on the floor. Everything was on the floor. Then and now the same, you know, Hills is changing around. And then I was able to see first time looking down. And for my joint, man, it was like I came in there like I had a bit too much boom bap, so. You know, it was the crowd was like, "Fuck, what's this right here?" Then I start playing the Cuban joint, and everybody came to life. So it's crazy. Like I mean, as far as that, as far as that, that's I was playing, and like you know, for me it didn't matter. I was just playing, and I was running an experiment at the same time. Like, let me see what's up, man. Yeah. So sure enough, playing the boom bap stuff is like one dude in the back corner in the dark, like rocking to it, and then and Chester was over there, and then I put that on, man, and then I hit the little Cuban joint, and the chick, like, everybody's ears just like went like this, and they started dancing. I'm like, man, this, you know what I mean? But they're there to dance. They ain't nobody there to be like this in the corner, like, you know what I mean, on the Mobb Deep type stuff or whatever. So, you know what I mean? I didn't have anything. Well, I had stuff prepared, but I had other stuff prepared and everything. So if I do it again, I'll definitely probably come with something that's more high, something that's, you know, more club, you know, more high, you know what I'm saying, that the energy level is different and everything, man. So as far as that, man, what kind of events you got, what kind of events have you just got done with? How did they go, and what kind of events you got coming up in the near future?
Recently, a lot of my events actually have been dealing with some upcoming artists actually out here in Misawa now. There's a Southside, there is Ice, man, those two particularly are really moving. There's actually a couple of it. There's a whole group of talented gentlemen and actually a couple women as well. But really have been putting my energy into them. On top of that, for myself, next weekend, the 30th, will be the name of the event is called Red Connection. That's going to be in Akita City. That's West. Yeah, it's West Japan.
2.5, 3 hours
from Misawa. 2 or 3 hours from Misawa. But it's gonna be really nice. Definitely, if you're in town, make your way out there.
Cool. Sure. We'll throw the links down there for that for people in town and Misawa watching and everything. Cause I share this around, so it goes, you know, local, so people will see it and everything. Okay. But as far as let me see, man. As far as those guys, man, where they recording at for their tracks?
Actually, everybody has home studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's like, again, man, it's like crazy, man. If you took, I mean, just the technology we got right here, just with all this setup right here.
Right.
15, 20 years ago, man, you ain't touching this for like under 2K, man. And it's like now everybody got pro. It's like it's crazy, but again, it's going back to it's so good now. So the level of production, man, it's just like it's if you drop that same CD 20 years ago, you have an automatic contract, no doubt about it, man. Just like that, because you know even the stuff on SoundCloud, man, it's like the production quality is like. You know, it just does. I mean, and most of those guys are using like the Pro Tools and stuff like that, and it does a lot of cleaning up, so it helps a lot. Versus, I prefer like the the more hardware approach, like you said, MPC. So I'm running it through a 16-channel Boss recorder where I got to turn knobs and dials and stuff like that. And that's where, you know, usually be doing that stuff on the app or whatever, but doing that physically, man, that's like, it's different. So like the sound, so I got to really work to make my shit sound good versus the which come where you just put it in there clean and it comes out clean. Yeah. So I mean, nothing against it. I mean, shit, I mean, you look at Ninth Wonder. Like, you know, people used to get on him because he was, I don't know, Ninth Wonder the DJ. I'm pretty sure he could if he didn't. But a lot of people was getting on him because he was using Fruity Loops at the time, which is called, you know, now it's FL Studio. Now it's, you know, it's DAW. It's totally different. Like I still use FL. Fruity Loops. I use it for, that's what I use to track out, track in. Yes. So I mean, they got all the VST. So I mean, you got the board. So it's crazy now. I mean, I use it. I've played with Logic a little bit and everything. So what do you normally use for your stuff? If you're doing like your CDs right here, or your what programs are you using?
Let's see. The most recent one, which would just happen to be this one. Yeah. I had help with this one. What were we using? Ooh, somebody tried to get me to use Audacity. I mean, that's a free program.
I actually use it to chop up, but that's not.
But for good post production, we were using Pro Tools for that one. We using Pro Tools for that one. Cubase can use that. Logic can use that. Ableton, I'm not really too versed in it, but they speak highly of it. If you know how to use it.
Ableton was one of the first ones. Yeah. So it got the thing about now is the user interface. Even with FL changed a little bit and it's better, but I think Ableton has kind of a irky jerky type of, like it kind of scares people away, and it's kind of like blocky and it is, you know what I mean? There's now like when you see like they see like the wavelengths and they can drag them around and they got the where it snaps into place, or you can just slide it around, especially when you're doing because I didn't know that's one thing, like, you know, when guys will put the vocals down, then you can, if you mess up, you can actually slide them around a little bit or bump it a little bit or just loop it. So now, man, it's just like you can do all this stuff with a laptop. And, you know, again, 20 years ago, that's a whole studio with rack mounts and big-ass 240-volt converters and vacuum tubes and, you know, all types of shit, man. So technology is crazy, man, where, you know, whereas if you really want to get it, man, or get out there, is, you know, that's going to come up. That's going to be up to the artist or whatever or whoever to make sure they putting out the work in there to make sure they rise above, like, the mediocrity. Nothing against it, but everybody out there ain't. Some people doing it as a hobby. You know what I mean? So it's a hobby, guys. And then, you know, again, when I, you know, look at checking on Icky stuff, man, I got the L-Town Crazy 2 in the car, man. And, like, you know, first thing, I mean, he gave it to me a couple of days and I turned it, got the barcode on the back. You got it's an actual CD, like, so now, you know, you buying Sam Goodies, put it in there. The audio is
not the Sam Goodies.
Yeah, all the audio is normalized. Like, it ain't like you like listening right here. The next track is like up here. The next track is down there. Like, everything is crazy, man, the technology, man. So, I mean, for the dudes out there who are watching, artists, man, you know what I mean, you just got to bring your A game and be ready always, man. You can't be like, man, well, like, somebody come at you or whatever. You got to be ready to go. And that's not even for music. That's for everything, man. I always kick, like, the little But, yeah, as far as the CDs, man, so in the order, man, this was the last one, right?
That was the last one.
So, like, this joint, like, for when you did this one and put this together, like, what was the mindset and everything for this guy?
The mindset for that first one, it was called the Re-Up. It's actually going to be a series. The Re-Up, that's strictly hip hop or rap. I guess more today's music. That cover in particular, honestly, was not sure which direction to go in, but I needed to put myself on there so people can have a visual image, you know, put the mix to the face.
Then the Confessions joint, like, for me, like, this was cool, man, because, like, I mean, honestly, until you gave me these, like, out of this, man, I discovered, like, I didn't know who T.Y. Dollar was. Like, I mean, because it's like all these dudes, man, I kind of like, I don't know what, no, I ain't trying to be one of those old heads where I'm only 35, but, you know, people just like, it's like they cut it off and everything. So anybody that comes after that, I mean, like, there's like 30 little whatever rappers now, and I don't keep up. So, I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, man, I was kind of like, you know, down in the trap thing, and then actually some of the dudes are decent. The beats and production is good. And then, like, so, I mean, between between these two, man, I like, you know, what's that dude name, man? The first track on this one. So PNB Rock or whatever.
Yeah, PNB
Yeah, so
Rock.
like I ain't know. Like, I mean, then I got his joint, and then like, you know, Weekend, like all these dudes, man. You know, then of course I knew Nipsey. You got Nipsey on here or not? One of these or not? I think he's on this one, right?
Nipsey's not on either one of these.
Okay. Well, you did something with Nipsey. Yeah.
Sounded.
Yeah, because you
probably sounded like him.
Actually, we talked about it because I didn't know. We talked about Nipsey, man, because we were talking about this, you know, hip hop and everything,
Right.
and I didn't know who Nipsey was, man. And then, you know, I look into him. The dude's been around. Then his style, man, is so much like, you know, this group just ground up, man, ground up grinding, man.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean, then that dude, I mean, right now to me, hands down, if anybody asking me who's right now the guy that, you know, and it's, I guess because he's one of the, in my opinion, I don't know, actually, man, in my opinion, there's only like a few rappers right now that can, if they went back into like the 90s and drop them in there, they would be good.
Right.
Nipsey's one,
Right.
J. Cole is one.
Okay.
You know, you got, I mean, you know, you got a few other guys who are kind of similar to that. But you know, not a lot, not everybody. They'll go back there and get ate up and spit out, man. So in your mindset, like far as rappers now, because I gotta get some new stuff from you, man. Far as people out there right now, who do you feel? Ty to me sound like Keith Sweat, dude. Like seriously, you got that whining, like
Ty Dolla Sign.
yeah, you got that whining style. He got his style, man. Is like that. He got that '90s, mid-90s R&B flavor, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like he's one that can go back. So in your opinion, man, who do you think in this right now today could be dropped off back in the mid 90s to late 90s and do well?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know you're the one to ask, man.
That's I will not lie. That is a tough question. I mean, because we're dealing with so many new artists now. So many
every
new
2
artists.
weeks, man.
It would appear that way, and I mean, and even then, I mean, just on a mainstream level. Oh, that's tough. Bruno Mars. Matter of fact, I mean, I know he's kind of sort of in a kind of a crossover type of phase. I mean, he seems like he's pretty well versed, or they're using him.
He remind me of that dude off of Purple Rain, man. The what's the dude, man? You know, what's the dude, man? Like, yeah, like
Purple Rain.
Yeah, Purple Rain. It was like their fuck is the guy's name? I feel bags. I don't know the guy's name. They had the you seen Purple Rain before, right?
Yes.
The Morrison he was like the dude who's like that dude, man. that little crew, man.
I know who you talking about.
Yeah, so anyway, all y'all guys out there watching know you watch Purple Rain. If you ain't watch it, you're dead wrong. So go and watch that. It's probably on Blu-ray now. But yeah, man, he got that throwback style, man. So it's like, you know, people like that, man, they seem like they now it's like and Kendrick, my man,
Yeah,
that's
Kendrick.
definitely on Kendrick, man. Come on.
Kendrick, yeah.
So like, you know, you got those guys, but they're like the popular echelon, and then you still got the underground. So now, even back in the 90s, underground wasn't like, you know, underground was underground, and people, it was like dudes were still like, hey man, this new 90s shit is garbage. Now it's like, you know, it's like there's such a trend, man. It seemed like what's good to people is what was good to them when they were in high school, because they got all those memories and stuff like that. So for your music, man, you got no choice but to stay with the times, correct?
More or less, pretty much, yeah.
Because you're pretty much bringing out what they should be listening to right now, what's hot and everything. So that's what I mean. Again, before I got this was like good when I got these, man, because I've listened to each one of these at least 30 times each, man, at least. You know what I'm saying? Because this one, I had this last one, man, which is the more like it's like a reggae joint, man. I had one CD and the other one was broken, so all the way from Masawa to Yokohama and back, this was on rotation the whole time. Man. The whole time, man. Yeah, man. So for the Confessions joint, what was the
more R&B?
Yeah,
definitely R&B. Yeah. And I really enjoyed making that one.
Yeah, dude. Everybody on there pretty much like, dude. I listened to this so much, dude. I was like, the iPad or something died or whatever. So in my like to stay awake, dude. I'm like the whole thing, like in my mind, dude. Like from the fades and everything, just like you did it, man. So like, you know, it's crazy, man. So and I think I sent you the video when I was like,
I believe you probably could sing that whole mix.
Man. So we got that. Yeah. So pretty much the R&B joint. Then of course what was the for the reggae joint? What was the vibe behind this one?
Man, I if you listen to it or if you get it, it's definitely. I don't think anybody could sit down off of that particular mix. That's definitely something to keep you moving.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna send this joint to my my aunt in the States. She got that. She was always dating the Rasta guys and everything, so she got that. She got that. Yeah. So I'm gonna send that to her.
Dunny, I'll drop you a couple extra copies.
Yeah, man. So yeah, definitely, man. If you got more, definitely bring them, because I sold those other ones, man, and I sold those and got you the cash for it and everything. So yeah, man, it works out, man. Because again, that's why my thing is about I'm really big about pushing out people in my circle, man. Versus like I just kind of find it a disheartening thing, man. Not only music, everything. People will go run out and support. Again, I'm bringing up Khalid and all these guys because everybody who is a general music people know who DJ Khalid is. Whatever, you don't. Most dudes don't know DJ Booby. You know what I'm saying? They don't know dudes like that. And that's
Not everybody knows DJ Wisdom. So,
yeah. So those are the guys. So people, you'll run out. You'll got a dude who's doing DJ and it's good production quality, and dudes will go out there and buy. Run out there in the middle of the night, buy theirs, and they won't throw you $5 for yours. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that's the way I look at it, man. Inside out, because the outside crowd ain't really like they ain't They don't know you, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing invested into you, man. So that's why I look inside out and everything. But outside of DJing, man, because we heavy on that. Outside of DJing, man, what else do you get into, man?
I'm a dancer.
Yeah,
I'm definitely a dancer. Yeah. I'm a b-boy.
I didn't even know you were, man. I seen
martial artist.
Yeah. So what martial arts you into, man?
Man, it's mixed. It's pretty mixed. Chinese, Japanese, Brazilian. I practice capoeira.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now I'm on your page right now. Just going to do that, and I think I seen one joint there that had the break dancing right here.
Just a little step. Just a little step.
So where is this at right here?
As a matter of fact, that was actually at a friend's house. It was just a light cipher, and actually I did quite a bit more than what's in that actual video.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Hey, run that back. I got a camera. Let me go ahead and get you." By the way, that particular gentleman is actually one of my photographers.
Okay.
So
yeah, man. So that's one thing. That's one. I'm good at a lot of stuff, man. But I don't know if it was because of the shy thing or whatever. I wasn't shy, but I just never got into dancing, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. It's different. I don't know. It's a different vibe, a different movement, different everything. But then I do martial arts and everything, and that's kind of like it's kind of like you gotta have rhythm and stuff like that. So
excuse my language. This guy's a badass.
Yeah.
This guy is indeed a badass. I've seen it.
Nah, man, I'm a nice guy, man.
Barely.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So we got on here, man. So what's the clothing line and everything? What's up with this right here?
That's actually North Face.
Okay.
That's North Face, and we were actually doing an ad or promotion for Elite clothing, hip hop clothing in Misawa. Yeah. So she got some brand new gear in. Definitely go check her out if you're in Misawa.
How long has she been in that spot, man?
Man, what, 21 years?
She's
been here a while.
Yeah, my thing is because it's like everybody, people know about it, but I was wondering, like, she ever say why, like, because she's on the end of White Pole.
Yeah.
She's at the end of White Pole Road, so I mean, you could figure like she want to be closer to. She never talked about moving before, or she just good right there.
Well, you know what? Maybe just by chance, maybe that was just
where it was
the
at the
spot
time. Yeah.
where she was, or that's the spot that was available at the time. Yeah. But and also, I mean, back then, I mean, when business might have been jumping, or
it wasn't all those spots were
curfew.
Yeah,
maybe that might have been
okay. Because it looked like it was something right. It was like something built right there before. Then I know what J. Rose was like kind of in the middle before.
Right.
Well, I know, man, I never went there. So where was it at? J. Rose was. Where was it at before the new that one? It was like their same spot, or it got tore down or something like that. Or?
It got tore down. I think when they went
when
they went to do something, they were doing some construction. They pretty much, I heard that they had cut maybe
Yeah.
halfway through the old building.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much, that was the start of, because I got here in '08, and then there was one, because the one that's, I guess it's still here now, or is it?
That the second
one?
newer, the second J Draws, I believe it's the location's still there. They're
Okay.
they're not operating, but
Okay, yeah. So I figured they took, because that's a lot of people getting payouts. One thing, I mean, like, you see the Coco Ichiban and Masao was like, I mean, I've been here since 2008. I've seen dirt roads become,
yeah,
the Maida and the Lawson, where the Coco Ichi used to be a dirt road, and then the I don't know if you know, but the where the Vito, that Starbucks coming right there, right?
I heard.
Yeah, no, that's so they trying, what they trying to do is get all the guys to not go to Hachinohe and shit, man.
Oh,
So
they
they
have succeeded with
accomplished
the
that.
Coco.
Yeah, the Coco Ichiban, like,
yeah.
I know them dudes in Hachinohe, like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, they probably, because you go down there, man, and like, you can't get a parking space at Astros and ABC, you can't get in there. So they got that. So they trying to bring that down. I mean, one thing I think they should definitely have a like they should bring. I think they don't want to do it because they know they're gonna kill. Like, if they bring like a Tony Roma's or Fridays, it'll kill like all of small mom and pop, because nobody's gonna go there.
What I'm asking for right now is a Big Cutie Donkey.
Yeah,
that's what I.
Yeah, they good, man. It took me a while to go there. Then when I first went there and got that cheese on,
There it
is.
There it is. Say no more. Right?
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's kind of crazy right there with the that stuff, man. The progression and everything you've seen. You got here. When did you get here?
The summer of 2012.
So yeah, I got here August 2008, August 1, 2008. So I mean, it's crazy, man. You see the progression and everything going up and everything. Speaking on that, how's that? Have you noticed a different crowd change in like the club scene? I know that the Hills got renovated. I mean, it's kind of. Yeah. I noticed those clubs, man. Like I don't hang out with dudes like, man, meet me here or meet me there. And I'm like, dude, I don't know where that shit is. The club moved like 5 times, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like Wish, or I think Wish has been. I don't know, man.
Wish was, and now it's Hills.
Yeah,
Hills, old Hills is One Blood, and
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything's moving around. Everything is changing. When I first got here, in comparison to what's going on now, it's just extremely different. I mean, this is it is a military sound. So, you got 1 year in and you're right back out. Just, man, I've seen a lot of different people, man. You make a lot of friends, and they're in and they're right back out. So
yeah, man, that's pretty crazy, man. So other than that, man, as far as I know you had your mom and sister and stuff came over here like a little bit ago, man. So that was their first time in Japan, or
that was their first time in Japan.
I remember your sister, man. She was kind of being a
she was being really introvert. She was being a real introvert.
She gonna go outside, man. So how old was she when she came here?
Matter of fact, this was just what.
It was
2-3 years ago.
Yeah, because it was around about the time when we first started working there, and then shortly after that, and everything.
They'll be here this year.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they're trying to come in this summer. So
it's
definitely
pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So that's, and then I know you said your older brother was Navy or whatever.
Right. Yeah. That's like really part of the reason, most of the reason why I ended up coming to Japan.
Yeah. So your first time here was a visit, or was it?
What y'all looking at right now is a guy who's on a staycation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you pretty much pretty much
7
like
years and counting.
You just like Greg, man.
Yeah.
Greg did the same thing with Gambi going to be on here. Rapper Gambi going to be on here pretty soon. He's a ghost, so man, he'll just drop in on you. So anyway, Gambi, he's the same thing, and he's over 20 years now. He came here on he said a college.
Yeah.
It was a college visit, and then he just like, hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and stay, man. And you know what I mean, there. So it's kind of crazy how that works out, man. It's crazy. So I mean, 12 years ago, man, you never seen yourself like in Japan, like grinding as a gaijin, man?
Not at all. Yeah. Not at all.
Well, like for you, man, what was because I asked everybody this because it's different for everybody. Everybody out there has heard my story. For you, man, like what would you tell somebody who's looking to come in and they want to stay in Japan, man? What would be like your advice of stuff to do before they come here, or what to expect when they get here? It doesn't matter about color, because if you ain't Tanaka, you ain't Japanese, you're a gaijin.
Right. Right. I mean, definitely. I mean, have a plan.
Yeah.
Have a plan. I mean, yeah. Okay. So states might be a little difficult. I mean, but definitely coming overseas is
But everybody speaks English though.
It's yeah. No, I mean, now granted, I mean, I know a little Japanese. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but who doesn't? I mean, if you can just say, hey, hello, you know, thank you, yes, no, you're on to something. I mean, but just be open minded. Definitely be open minded when you're coming to another country.
Yeah, because the worst people, in my opinion, man, is those people who be like, "Oh, it ain't like this," and like, they're like, "Dude, yeah, it's motherfucking Kentucky is like 5,000 miles or plus away from here, man. Or it's way more miles than that, man. But yeah, dude, it's not Kentucky, man. It ain't Nebraska, dude. You're in Japan. They don't care about how it went in Fresno. They don't care about how it went in Baltimore or whatever, man. So, you know what I mean? People like the ones like us, man, I think we do well embracing it and definitely being in there for the grind, man. Because I mean, we talked about it, man, before. A lot of people were like they have that get rich quick mentality, man, and they don't really work like that, man. So for you, I mean, going back to the DJ joint, after you started doing it, man, how soon after did you start getting people calling you to come do sets? How long did that take?
It took a while. There was a bit of an issue with where I was playing. I was being told that there was a conflict of interest with me playing other places.
So they wanted to own you.
Right.
Nah.
But I snapped out of that. Then everything just kind of transitioned and things just started working themselves out. I had no idea that it would grow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nobody never knows, man. I mean, shit, where we sitting in the shop right now, man. When I got here, man, I got my first R33 and never pictured, man, that I'll be running an international business, with millions of dollars of assets and different things like that, man. So it's definitely, man. But the thing about it, man, even though you still, I think it's in people, man. You either got that mentality to do that or you don't. You know what I mean? It just don't. I don't think it comes overnight. You just because at first, I mean, I'm pretty sure, man. We talked about it. If you want to talk about it here, there's been some situations like, man, I'm about to leave this motherfucker, man. Or like people you meet, or what I mean, the grind, man, where you can make more money doing normal stuff in the States versus here you're doing stuff that ain't really, what I mean, you're kind of limited. You got the base, right? And that's right. Pretty much it. Unless you want to be you can work for a Japanese company if you want, and you will have no life, none. So, but yeah, man. So far, as far as the you ain't got no kids now. You ain't married, nothing like that, man.
No.
So you got the single joint going on over here, which was cool. You know what I'm saying? So how's that, man? As far as have you got any crazy stories about any DJ groupies, man, or any follers or stalkers?
I really don't want to.
We don't got to say no names.
Share those. I don't want to share those. I mean, it's been a ride.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a ride.
This dude's extra modest, man. Yeah.
I mean, it's been quite the journey. I mean, just let alone outside of DJing. I mean, just operating and moving amongst the local nationals here. It's not being able to speak Japanese, being put in certain situations where you have to figure out how to get in and how to get out.
Right.
Yeah.
Without somebody there. Because Japan is, for the people that don't know, man, Japan is big on vouching. And, it could be something like, Satoshi. Or Satoshi knows you or whatever, and then, he vouches for you, he's good to go. Right. And then if he goes somewhere and you with him, then you're good. But if you go to that same place without him, it's like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So have you done any Sendai or not? Yeah, I know you've done Sendai. Have you done any joints down in any Tokyo stuff? What's the furthest you went down so far? Or have you done anything?
Mainland? I've been to Okinawa.
Okay. Oh, you've been to Okinawa.
I've been to Okinawa.
Shit, man. Well, yeah. You off the map, man. You down in the which is the Roku, whatever they call them.
Huh?
It's like the Roku Islands or the whatever word they be saying about those, man. But Okinawa, I've been there almost 11 years. I ain't been down there yet, so I'm gonna get down there. Got a bunch of buddies down there, man. How was the crowd from the? Pretty sure it was military people there. So
without a doubt.
But how was the Japanese? My bad. How was the Okinawans?
Yeah. Make sure you say that. Make sure you say that. Now you don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah. How were the Okinawans from the Japanese that speak Japanese?
Well, I mean, I didn't. Where I was, it was basically in the military area.
Same vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely the same vibe. I mean, just what my DJ friends down there say is that yeah, you know, this is like Misawa, just more people, more bases. But I've met a few Okinawans, and I have to say that they're very different.
Like chill and good to chill, or
very different. Yeah, some are very chill, some are
yeah.
Without, I don't want to be you know be racist or
no, we real here, man.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, just
because down there, then you got this saturated with people, and then they got the issues, and they got the helicopters and everything and all that stuff, man. So it seems like every 2 weeks there's a different a protest, and they getting the money back. So I haven't been there. I think the last time I was about to go there is right when the Marine dude had took the chick in the mountains and raped and killed her. And that was right when I was about to apply for my visa. So I'm like, dude, about to fuck me, man. Cause
you be careful.
They could be like, no more black people or something like that. Mm-hmm. So that dude's eating rice and fish eggs or whatever now. And yeah, man. So it's definitely want to get down there and get everything in. So, but yeah, man. As far as like, what do you see from now to like going into the future? What do you foresee for like the DJing thing? And then like, what would you like to accomplish with this in the next say 5 years or so?
Oh. Wow. I mean, definitely, I will continue DJing as long as God allows me to. More mixes, bigger shows, bigger venues. Man, definitely want to. I mean, it's already international.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
So we'll just be more international. I mean, instead of just being, I guess, not necessarily bound, but just Japan. Definitely bouncing back and forth. Other Asian countries for sure. Yes. And I mean, hell, even going back stateside too for some of that.
That's what I'm saying. Have you done anything stateside?
Yeah, I played a couple.
Okay, how was that? How was the stateside joint getting in there versus the Japanese side? Where how was that, man?
Well, so here in Japan, and truth be told, I guess outside of Tokyo, they are a few months behind on music, in a sense. I mean, trending wise, ever since the internet has become, Facebook is big, Instagram is bigger now. A lot, it allows Japan to catch up.
Yeah, cause I mean, to be honest, man, Japan in a nutshell, man, is behind, man. It's like they don't know about Pornhub. They be buying, you know what I'm saying? Like they got the. If you go to like Gale, man, you go to Gale, man. They got like in the States. I don't remember even seeing like, I mean, back in the day there was like the spot where you rent the videos, but you go in Gale and they got my little sign over there that says 18 and over. I got the little joint over there.
Go through the curtains.
Yeah, that's why I got the curtains right there. The 18 over sign over there. You can't see it, but yeah, man, it's like that was a joke. And yeah, man, it's like they're always kind of. I mean, shit, they still using fax. You know what I mean? So you got a fax. You emailing the dude. He's like, hey man, fax this to me. I'm like, dude, I'm emailing you right now. You know what I'm saying? So they're a little bit behind and everything. Mm-hmm. But yeah, far as the States, I was always like in Japan, it seems like I've seen like a lot of artists and stuff over here.
Yeah.
And it seemed like, I mean, you come over here, new identity, and then people don't know who you are back there. You could be like the lamest cat in the world in the States, and when you come here, you get out the airplane in Narita, man, you put on some gear and you totally can change. And I know people like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like, dude, I know you ain't like that, man. So like, you know what I'm saying? So how was was it easier to get gigs over here, being a gaijin DJ versus like if you go in the States, or is it harder here or harder there?
I mean, it's definitely a lot more competition backstage.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, anywhere if you go home, for the Japanese DJs here, it's probably a lot harder for them to actually get gigs.
Okay.
But say, it's difficult for me to say that a Japanese DJ here can go stateside and it's easy for them. But as an American and as a gaijin, definitely there's a lot more weight on my shoulders, because they haven't the expectation, the stereotype of okay, well he's American, and immediately he's dark skinned, so hip hop,
yeah, hot fire, man, Dylan.
Hot fire, yeah, for sure. So
it's like DJ Dylan, man.
Yeah, so and I mean, like, and I don't being out here in Japan, I'm sure that there can't be more than maybe, I want to say maybe 5. No, I won't say 5. That's too low of a number,
yeah.
but I don't know that many actual, African American dreadheads, or should I say locks?
And we definitely get if you watch on that raid, we definitely get you up here next time you're up here, man. Talk about you, a New York dude, man. So, but yeah, that's how I met Red through you and everything, and the community, meeting people. That's what, like, networking and everything. And I mean, shit, within us meeting, I mean, he helped my because he introduced me to that RX-7.
Yep.
That car is in Georgia now. That RX-7's in Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah, the dude bought it. Came over here from Atlanta, Georgia, and he bought it. I forgot. It's like in a county part, but so it's crazy, man. You meet Red Rock, and then you introduce him to the car. The car gets sold to Georgia now. It's like the how small the world is, and stuff like that, man.
That's amazing.
But yeah, man, it's just definitely I mean, as far as the the DJ deal and everything, and then the stateside Japan, it's like different intricate parts into everything, how it lines up. It's just, I guess my thing is just like being no matter where you're at in the world, just being consistent with it and stuff like that. So as far as like practice, do you do any are you doing like any practice sets, and at home, how long are you doing those?
Oh man, I mean, like, basically, man, every other day. In all honesty, every other day, there's practice going on. I mean, the weekends come, and I'm on the road. Yeah. If I'm not doing for myself, then I'm definitely doing for the guys that I work with. Those guys, they're getting shows lined up, and they need a DJ. I'm there. If any of you local talent, aspiring artists need a DJ, hit me up. I mean, I travel. Yeah. I travel. I mean, I love my city to death. I mean, I'm here in Misawa. You cannot miss me because I am somewhere in Misawa.
Yeah.
But come the weekends, if I'm not booked in Misawa, I'm on the road.
Yeah. One thing I need you to do, man, for me is I seen a commercial like and had a dope beat on it. I know you seen the commercial. It was like something about an Oppie joint. It's like some kind of music deal.
Okay.
And it was like I seen the NPC. That's first thing I seen is NPC. So like I know I don't know if you know people who do, because I definitely want to do it, man. Again, I got the shop, I got the drifting, everything, but I like new crowds. So I definitely think I can blow people minds with the live NPC. So first thing first is I broke both of mine's are both broken now because I banged on it so much. So the NPC 1000. They're good, but the pad sensors go, so you got to replace those, and I'm gonna get it fixed, and then I'm gonna get the 2500. So the next time we do the joint, it's 2500 is a bigger machine. So when I pull out the bag, they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And then like when I press that button, they're like, "Oh, okay." Because a lot of people, it's the size of it. It looks like Then I mean, they don't know the 500 is like this big, and you still can rock it with the 500. So basically, man, if you know of any like NPC conventions or joints like that, man, definitely, and it'll be weird to them, man, because I won't be like that stereotypical like hip hop dude. I'll show up in like this hoodie right here, and they'll be like, "Dude, where's the jewelry and where's that and where's that?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, dude, I just got the beats. You know what I'm saying?
They say not all heroes wear cape.
Yeah,
right?
so but yeah, man, I seen that commercial. What was that? So did you know what that event was in Oppie or?
All right, so there is Oppie Jam, and then there is
You seen the commercial? Or
I have. Okay, I have seen the commercial.
That beat, I heard the beat first. I'm like, man, what's this? And I look at it, it was on the DVR, so I rewind it back or whatever. I'm like, that beat's dope, man. So
yeah, I'm working on something. I might.
All right, man.
I'm trying to get on that one. We gonna see. Let me talk to some people.
But yeah, man, I'll just get the I mean, with this, man, I'm busy, but hey, man, that's again just like if I again the way I think about it, man. If I would say nah, I ain't gonna do that, I would have never met Red.
Right.
And turn out, he's the brother from New York. I'm from Baltimore. We both in lacrosse, and like he's like, it's crazy, man. Like man. So we got
he's coming.
Yeah,
he's coming.
Yeah, we definitely gonna do some stuff, man. And then like he had some stuff brewing and stuff going on, and he's already did what I was thinking about doing as far as introducing lacrosse here. Yeah. So it's already been here and established. My thing is when the my business really takes off and I'm able to venture out, because I mean you know how it is, FaceTime, man.
Yeah.
It don't matter. You're gonna be the baddest ass dude in the world if you stand in one little city, man. You ain't going. I mean, you're only known in that circle. And a lot of people, man, they don't get out there and do that. So that's why I commend you for staying over here and staying with it and then making it happen, man. So that's a lot of people don't do it. And then like both of us are like prime examples of what you can do if you're willing to like not be playing 2K every night or You know what I'm saying? None against 2K guys up there.
He throwing shots.
Yeah, because I ain't played shit, man. The last thing I played anything basketball was like 98 Live or something like that. NBA Live, man. So that was like back when like Coach K basketball on Genesis and stuff like that, man. The new shit is like it's too much, man. You know, it's like how good is Madden going to get before you got to suit up and play? You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even seen the Madden. They even make Maddens anymore. Like this is like 2K just took over. It's like 2K16, 2K now. So it's like, yeah, man, that's pretty crazy, man. So you do any gaming at all, or any anime and stuff like that?
Man, man, I'll tell you what. I got 3 TVs at home. Only one gets attention. And that's when I have company. If I'm at home. So yeah, definitely though. No, you know what? Tell you the truth, I've always been that little brother or friend that just. You know, I watch. You know
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
like,
that
man,
guy.
You'd be like, so you sitting back like, hey, man,
yo,
you gotta jump over that box right there, man. Like it's like, it's like,
no.
Yeah, you got the Metal Gear Solid. Like, you gotta go back all the way and warm the cars so you're getting this level and stuff like that. So
I'm not gonna try to drive from the passenger seat.
Yeah, man. So if I know you got the snowboarding joint. How long you been doing the snowboarding and everything?
Man, I've been snowboarding since I got out here as well, man.
Yeah.
Since 12. I mean, somebody threw me on that board and said,
hey,
figure it out.
Yeah, man.
Now we out here.
What was the first mountain you went to up here?
Oh, where did they take me? It was Okanakayama.
Okay, that's smart. I mean, yeah, Okanakayama got some beginner runs. I've seen some dudes take guys like to what was that? Ojigasawa? Not Ojigasawa. The Okanakayama has the the guys took them there, and it got the runs where you can the bunny hill or whatever.
Right.
And then they took one cat up there. Actually, dude got discharged from military. He took him up the top, and it was hard pack. They took him up the top, man, and everything. And the dude, first run of the day, he didn't know how to do anything. So he actually started getting going. He didn't know how to stop. So he fell back. When he fell back, and he put his what you don't do. He fell back like this, and it bent back. This bone came out. Couldn't do push-ups no more. Medical waiver, then they end up medically discharging him.
Dr. Heli, that's what we call it. Dr. Heli, come pick you up.
Yeah, man. So he actually didn't know it was. He just thought it was like hurt. Then he got back the next day, and that bone was like, just it was done, man. So
it's that cold air, man.
That's dudes that they're taking. I mean, I was an athlete, so I went to the on base hill. I actually learned. I taught myself how to stand up and everything. So first mountain I went to was Tawada.
Okay.
Joint Tawada Code, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And so I went there. Then my next joint after that was Hakoda. Yeah. So
one time. Yeah. That was all it took. Was one time, and I'm like, yo, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Did you go to the rec route or the force route?
So the chick I went with, we got up there, and as soon as we strapped up, I stood up. She stood up. We didn't slide no more than maybe like. I would say maybe like five meters.
Don't tell me you walked down the mountain, man.
No, 5 meters, and then she sat down. The wind was blowing.
Oh yeah, it was one of those days.
And I'm on an all mountain board.
Oh,
so you got guys sliding down on the powder boards, just taking it. But she's like, "Let's go. Let's take the forest route."
Yeah. The worst in the world. So my thing is, where'd you end up coming out at?
Oh no, I made it down. I made it down to the bottom. But
you had to do that. Did you do the part where you had to scale across the wall and everything? That little, it's like because if you go to the forest route, then you gotta it's like
there's a spot where you gotta come out, right?
Yeah, it's like a little, it's like a little wall that's like this wide. Yeah. It's about this wide as this table, and you gotta pretty much. When we were there that day, man, it was. I'm like, dude, somebody gonna die because it was behind us. There was this fall down, and it was if you felt it was like a funnel. I never seen like this in my life. It was a funnel with a little hole in the middle, meaning if you fell down there, you were going in a portal or some shit, man. So I didn't know, and I was like, oh man, those trees, little trees, nah, dude, that's the top of the trees, man.
I can't remember how long they said it's supposed to take to get down, but all I know is that about 2.5 hours later, on a one time.
Wow.
Time. 2.5 hours, man. And my goggles, they just iced over.
Yeah, so you pretty much got down at the bottom and went straight to the car, man. I'm done.
I mean, I actually had to unstrap one foot out the board too.
Oh yeah.
I hit a patch.
Yeah.
I could not see in front of me. I hit a patch.
Yeah. Yeah, that one spot, because pretty much after we got down that little hill, it was we had to unstrap and we walked. So where we came out was when you go into the entry, we came out on a little road that snakes up to the main parking lot. Mm-hmm. And that was my second time snowboarding, man. The guys, I mean, they was like, we went to Tawada. It's like, all right, you can stop and we good, man. So when I'm going up the gondola, man, I'm like, it was actually a clear day, luckily. But I'm going up the gondola, dude, and I'm like noticing like it's icicles, and then it's just like I'm going in the clouds. I'm like, dude, this is high, man. And then I'm looking at people, man, and the dudes, I'm like, cool, and people were like getting nervous, and then I get up the top, and they open the door, man, and you see the wind, and then I was like, man, I don't know about this, man. The only thing that kind of put it into, I was like, I can do this, was right off the lift, man. A kid jumped out like onto his skis and went like a little 10-year-old. And killed it. I'm like, man, boy, this dude can do it. I can do it. So the only thing they was like, oh yeah. As soon as we took off, they said, hey man, stay away from the trees. I'm like, the little trees. Like, nah, that's the top of trees.
Those are the top of trees.
So
yeah.
The girl in here we was with, she was a tough chick, but she fell in the head first. So like pretty much saying if we weren't there, she would be dead, because she went like in head first and the board was like sticking out, and she was like, so we had to pull her out, man, because she was like. So I guess people have fallen down in there, and it's definitely people died there, man. No joke about it.
All right, everybody, Hakoda.
Yeah.
Wait till you're an advanced rider.
Yeah.
Before you,
definitely do that, man. Then they got the thing where they got the X's, and then you look over there, and it's like straight fall down. So you definitely could die there. You can't
take your flares with you.
yeah, man. Your little GPS beacon, man. So
something.
But yeah, that's definitely for me, man. I got into it in the I was always kind of wanted to try it, man, and I was hooked that first time. The hardest thing for me, man, was the very first time is I didn't know about the stomp pad. So when you get off the lift, and I was like trying to put my feet in there. I was like, maybe he's like, no, nah. Then I had the flow bindings. I had the regular bindings. So that one leg in, trying to figure out which one do you keep in, which one do you keep off. And then when I got the stomp pad, then I was able to ride it down and do all that stuff.
I mean, tell you the truth, to this day, I still don't have one. I can still slide.
Oh yeah. Hey, well, I got used to, or I don't use it now. I just put my foot next to the one binding and kind of put some pressure on it.
That's it.
And everything, and ride down, man. So it was kind of, it was like the whole day, man. I'm like, I don't want to fall, man. Then you fall, like everybody's fell off the gondola before, man, or the seat, to swing the seats.
Coming off the lift,
yeah, man. They got to slow the seat down. You get hit in the back of the head with the seat. It's like, so yeah, man. So yeah, it's been about 3 years, man, since I've been out there. I've been with this business and not having insurance and everything. So I haven't really been out there too tough, man. So, but yeah, man. As far as this is like I said, it's part of the podcast, man. You just start rambling and talking, man. So, but yeah, man. Any other things like far as the let's say for the for the DJ part, because we'll talk about something else in a second here. Any other the last little tidbits or whatever you would say to somebody who really who's looking to go international? Maybe they're in the States or whatever, and they want to come over here. As far as the DJing aspect, what should they expect that to start over? You know what I mean? Or should they expect, if they're a hot DJ, obviously not DJ Khalid, he's gonna come over here and play wherever he wants to play in Japan.
Right.
He's gonna play anywhere.
Well,
so
I mean, if you, I mean, definitely, if you're making moves wherever you are, you definitely bring that with you. I mean, if you already have a name somewhere else, that's credit right there. So I mean, some guys came over here and they were playing previously somewhere else, but because they didn't have some kind of record, you don't necessarily have to have a following, but just a record to show that, hey, it's like a degree or a resume. Hey, I've done this before, and here's my proof. There it is.
Right. Yeah. Only thing I would say for some guys, man, I was talking to my uncle, because I was kind of joking. I was like, man, I ain't heard you play in a while, man. So I know you got that Baltimore Flavor Club. Not the go-go stuff from DC, but Baltimore is. I know you've heard Baltimore club music before, of course. You know what I mean? So that blow your whistle and all that stuff, man. That was back in the '92 Q, man. I had the little tape deck recording it, because that's how I used to record it at 9 o'clock every night. It was 9 o'clock, not from 9 to 10. So I was just sit there and record, man, and then the next day go there and keep recording over the tape so much it gets all grainy, and you recorded it over too much, man. So I was like, man, I was joking. He's like, nah, man, I definitely keep up with the times and everything. So I'm definitely, man, I'm looking forward to getting y'all linked up and everything. And
Right.
I won't just drop them on your lap either, because I'll be there. I'm not gonna just like, hey man, see you pick you up after school. And I'm not gonna do that to them and everything. So I'll try. What I'll do is I'll get with you and I'll see what events are coming up or whatever. And like, at least I don't know how long out do they normally do events, like a month out? Or,
I say at minimum probably
so they want to get
month,
the buzz
at minimum.
Because if you drop the event or if you drop, it's gonna be event tomorrow. Like nobody I gotta watch kids tomorrow or something like that. Or,
I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah, so you gotta get people. So anyway, I'll get y'all linked up. I'll get y'all like linked up on Facebook and everything.
Let me know. And
do all that stuff, man. Because like I say, he same thing. I was shocked when I seen him with the Pioneers. That's when I knew it really clears. I mean, he was vinyl to the core, man, and he still do vinyl. You know what I mean? I used to go over there. You have all the stuff set up, and he breaking needles and all that stuff from the sessions or whatever. And then, I was trying to get him to send me some, because I can't scratch or anything. And I was trying to get him to send me some scratches from my MPC stuff. But then I was like, Premiere's already done it to death, man. I don't want, I ain't trying to, do my own thing, man. So. Yeah, man. So I tried to scratch, man, and it was like that didn't work. I just banned myself from ever doing it again. It's like I was trying to, because I was trying to scratch on it a little bit, and it's like it didn't work out. Didn't work out good at all, man. So it's definitely a skill, man. So anybody out there who's like looking at it like us, you just playing somebody else's stuff, man. You try to do it. Like I tell people, like anybody that's down with some stuff I do, like you show me. And then what I mean, if you're better than me and you're off the couch, then I mean, hey man, maybe it is easy, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, have you ever got anybody that said something like that to you? Like you just playing somebody else's stuff or
all the time. I mean all the time. I mean,
like,
especially for
well, speaking of that, man, like go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was like, if you're how do you deal with requesters?
Man, I mean like right now, just like in all honesty, if like you come to me at a particular time of the event and ask for something, and if it makes sense, if it's reasonable, then I definitely will. Right. Now, if you're like, you're like special guest or you're VIP and you're paying for the party, right? It's your world, right? But don't come up in here. We jumping, we vibing to maybe some Drake, or maybe some Future or something. I mean, whatever your preference is for hype music, right? And then you come in and you ask me for some Luther Vandross or something.
It's like, man, everybody gonna walk in the club, man. It's like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like, nah, man, you can't this is not the 50 and overs club right now, man.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna say it's not gonna happen right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, but this would be perfect right now. My girl's standing right here. She ain't sleepy yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, well, y'all go take a nap. Yeah. Come back, and at the end of the night, when we working it out to get everybody to go home with somebody, then you can have
that's the final one where you want to calm everybody down and get them ready for bed or whatever, or the backpackers get ready to go who they gonna go with for that night. Exactly. You know what I mean? Dude's like, I'll get it next week, man. You go ahead. You go ahead. It happens. It happens. It's real life. But yeah, man. That's kind of crazy, man. Then you got the like has anybody ever. If you ever had anybody walk up onto like the just like didn't think there was a boundary and like walk up on you like
walk into the booth, all the time. That's where the request. That's hardcore requesters do that.
Well, let me see what you got, man. Like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like,
yeah. I mean, and it's even bad because I've had some DJs actually just try to slide in. It's just like maybe you should play this. You know what I'm.
Yeah, I mean, I know, knowing your style, man, you're a pretty chill dude, man. So you'd be like, you'll say something like, man, but like, I can see like you slap somebody's hands, like somebody finger away, man. So, yeah, man, that's dudes. That's both other DJs. Like, come on, man. If you're a DJ, a seasoned DJ, that's like as a DJ, you should know that's the very last thing. I mean, because you already got your set planned. Also, as far as the sets, man, are they pre like rehearsed or are they just you? Or I mean, I don't know. I mean, is that for DJs? Is it mostly rehearsed, or is it just like off the rip or whatever?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. It's a rarity that you'll ever catch me playing like a actual like rehearsed set. Yeah. Okay. As a DJ, I feel like you should definitely you gotta flow. Yeah. Because the crowd may not be feeling, Yeah. And the last thing you want to do is telegraph your moves. You know. Cause it's like, yep, I know what he about to play next. I sit there in the club and do the same thing. I'm like, oh, all right, yep, yep. Here come that Drake. You know what I'm saying? Or oh, yep. He about to play this. He about to play that.
Man, actually, that right there, man, is something funny. Because then I had your joints and I memorized it. Then I picked up another joint from a DVD one, and it kind of had like this some of the. So I was like, all right. So I was listening to this track. I'm like, so. Then the other track, I'm like, why is this coming on, man?
Here it comes.
I'm expecting something else, man, and then like it's something else. So like, then like, oh, okay, that's not Wiz. Exactly. So yeah, because it'll be that, and then like the P&B Rock, for example. I take that back. Before I got this one, I got one of the joints from American Village. You know, they got the joint because we were going to Disney, and I had this one like some random stuff, man, and I took that off, and then like it ended on P&B Rock. So that's when I was like, man, I'm like, who's this dude, man? And like the vibe and then the beat and everything was like, this was like some throwback stuff. And then yours, it started out with that. I'm like, man, this is like, as soon as I put it in, it came on like, man, this is gonna be good, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty dope, man. And that right there, man, again, man, it was definitely, you came in with those, because before you drop these off, I didn't know half the people on these CDs, man, unless it was, I mean, of course, like, and then it was good to see dudes like Usher, like, come back with, like, the newer stuff, because I didn't know he was still putting out stuff after the, you know, the whole, the stuff happened with the kid dying and all that stuff like that.
Right.
So I just thought he just kind of, like, did Genuine and, like, you know, he don't want to kiss trainees no more and just go off to the side, man, you know what I'm saying? So that always missed, I mean, for me, man, I don't know about you, but it's like, where are they at now, man? Like, they just disappear. Like, where Trick Daddy at right now? Like, what's Trick Daddy doing right now? So it's like, you know what I mean? All those dudes that were hot, you know.
I mean, everybody and everything has its time.
It has its time, sure, man. So. Yeah, so definitely. So everybody just getting in there. But then there's some dudes where, you know, you got dudes like Busta and Dre, and their style is just so it, man. It's just it. You know what I'm saying? Like they those dudes been in it since the 80s.
But I mean, definitely. I mean, in the industry, once you've done your thing and you've gotten to that point, you definitely already got to have some. Yeah. You know, that's why, you know, you got mainstream artists signing new artists underneath them. Right. And that, one thing that actually changed my mind, because I ain't gonna lie, man, about the whole trap thing, because everybody, you know, all the dudes were like 30 up and up and up. They're like talking about the trap stuff and everything, not knowing, man, is number one, it's a business. And everybody's doing it to make money. You know what I mean? That's the end goal. That's going to be the job or whatever. So, and then even back, I can remember, I'm old enough to remember even in the 90s, there was people was talking about, it was people in the 90s talking trash about the 90s stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it just kind of depends on what people are into and stuff like that, man. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to see, you know, I'm about to turn 36, man, to see the evolution of everything and how everything is going. But yeah, definitely, man. For the guys out there that's been closed-minded and is boom bap only, I'm a boom bap guy, man. I mean, most of it, 90% of my beats are that East Coast flavor type stuff, man. I can do the trap stuff, but it's just I think it's, if it ain't in you, you know what I'm saying? If it's not like people can hear it when it's forced, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I can make a trap beat, but it ain't that. That's not my thing, man. And then you can tell, like, nah, you ain't got enough hi-hats or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, your hi-hats are they're too far apart. You stick to that 9 to 5 beat, man.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, people like that doing that, and then like vice versa. I think like dudes who are making the hot trap beats now, they couldn't really do that. Well, I mean, they're producers, so they could, but it wouldn't be. You can't take a Future. And then have him, like, you know, have some style like DJ Premier. That's two different. It's two different stratospheres. It's two different spectrums, man. And the Premier's still dropping dope stuff, man. But anyway, what I was getting on, man, was I seen one of the guys I can't remember. One of the guys that changed my mind to that whole thing was I watched an interview with Timberland. Yeah. Timberland was like, you know, Timberland was doing like Timberland. I think 3-6. Like if you actually go back in 3-6 Mafia. They were doing trap. They were doing that style before it is now. So you look back at 3-6 Mafia, man. Like, and he's like, oh, wouldn't that come out? Like, that came out 20 years ago, dude. You know what I'm saying? Project Pat and all these guys. But then Timbaland, I was watching the thing, and that kind of changed my mind. Even Jay-Z, he was like, yeah, man. He was like, the dude's like, all that new stuff. And then he's like, people like that, he don't want to even talk to because they're stuck in that same mold or whatever, man. Like they don't want to, they just see like they're there. And he was like, I want to make new money, is what he said on there or whatever. And it was like, that makes sense, man, because, you know, people's changing. The times is changing or whatever. You got to get with it. So now instead of doing that, he steps back and he signs like these new guys and everything. So, but yeah, man, that's crazy, man. The industry is changing, man. What's your thoughts on the Tekashi 6ix9ine the dude, man? What's up with that boy? is he in witness protection yet?
Yeah, I'm not.
Everything
happens so fast, and everything shifts so much.
It seemed like it just. You notice it just like stopped, like all the allegations and everything. So I'm thinking that. Like, dude, like everybody was going like, how you gonna hide that dude? You can't hide him anywhere.
You hear about him, and the next thing you know, now everybody is up for questioning now across the board.
So apparently, I guess he seemed like he snitched on everybody he needed to get his stuff reduced or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. Then your other boy, Savage 21. Was like, you see all those memes. So what's up, dude? Is he back?
Wait a minute.
So dudes had the red coach memes and like
Savage 21.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm done laughing.
So yeah, well, what's up, man? It seemed like what's up with that, man? You seem like that was a hot topic, man. That the is he dude not? He was claiming he was from Atlanta, right?
Yes,
and he's not.
And then they say he UK to the max.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, which is like, I don't know. It's a lot of dudes. I mean, the first UK dudes people heard about was the dudes from I forgot the names, but they were rapping under Diplomats and everything. And it was like, you know, people was like that style and all was like, is this Jamaican rap or whatever? Like, no, they just got that style, man. So I don't know why. You know, well, I know why.
I mean, a lot of people, you know, automatically they don't see, maybe they see the ethnicity, but they automatically want to pin it to a nationality.
Right. Yeah.
There are black people all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. So
I mean, so for Savage, because again, I don't keep up with. I mean, again, I'm not saying that you're a follower of him, but did he? I know they deported him or whatever. So is he like barred from the States, or how is that working for his career right now with the whole? Because I've seen the memes are crazy, man. Like the dudes are like, they were like, we want to get a red coats, and they were talking about the English and British colonials.
The internet is undefeated. It is definitely undefeated. I don't know like where everything is with that at this point. I mean, I honestly do not know what's going on with that at this point. Because I mean, the media, just wherever the media wants you to look. I mean, 9.9 times out of 10, you're gonna look. Yeah, and this thing about most stuff, even that was hot for 2 weeks and then bam, nothing. You don't hit nothing. So I'm gonna look online. I mean, I'll probably Google and see what's up and what happened to that, man. But the thing about it, I mean, the dude's he's been everywhere. I'm pretty sure. You know, I don't know what the deal with the pass with the visa, whatever. I'm pretty sure he's. See it with enough cash to kind of do whatever you want to do with that stuff. So write the right type of checks. And it's
probably got to pay some people off and do some community service. Like, don't do that, and then he get his visa back and everything. So, but yeah, that was crazy, man. So then it was like I was wondering, like, because the dude like raps kind of got that style, like he's trying to mask the that British. If he got a British accent, because now you imagine a dude talking like with a high pitch. Proper voice and everything, and it's like, so like you faking it, and I think that's where he caught the most heat right there from was like people like, man, you talking all this shit, man, like you're from here and you're actually not, you're not even from here, man. So like that was one. I mean, shit. Actually, Icky brought up because you just kind of in my thing you associate where people are from by when they first come out. I didn't know Ludacris. He said was from Chicago. So I didn't know that was. I thought he was ATL. It was everything when his first thing. I didn't know he was from Chicago. So do you know what was? How did that happen?
I mean, definitely Luda grew up, and I mean he worked, and the name really just became, you know, He really came into himself. I think, especially in Atlanta.
So okay.
So I mean,
I see. You know what? Why did he move? You know, why did he move there and stuff like that? You know, or
no.
Yeah. I mean, I figure you knew like a little bit because being Atlanta and all that stuff like that. But then again,
Well, I mean, in depth.
Yeah.
In that much depth, no.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, a lot of people.
Next thing will be like T.I.'s from Connecticut or something like that, man. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you doing all this shit. You from Greenwich, Connecticut, man, where Vince McMahon and shit is.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Man, question everybody. I mean, I'm definitely from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. What part of Atlanta? Like, what part of Atlanta? Like city or?
Man, I was raised in Decatur. DeKalb County.
Okay.
And, just moved to Fulton. Ended up going down to Coweta County. For those who know where that is. If you don't, then it's all good.
Yeah. And
now I'm in Japan. So I mean, like, if I stay here for another 20 years, I'm gonna rep Misawa, and eventually they're gonna be like, oh, Wiz from Misawa.
Yeah, because that is true, man. That is true. That's like where you get the recognition from. People kind of attach that to it, but like, no, I'm actually from here, man. So, people like, I mean, I'm from Baltimore, so I was unknown there pretty much, and then I come over to Japan and like. Now these it's like that's the dude, the black guy with the shop or whatever.
I mean, that question comes up too. Is like when I'm meeting new people, out at shows and stuff like that, they ask me, "Oh, where are you from?" And now I'm challenged with the question of answering either I'm from Atlanta or I'm from Misawa. Yeah,
because I used to put. I don't know what you do. I used to put like. I would put Japan in parentheses up at Baltimore or whatever. Like,
I mean, like if you see me on like any like flyers for events and stuff like that, they'll say I'm from Misawa, and then other places you'll see I'm from Atlanta. It just depends on which one. It's crazy because a lot of the Japanese don't know where Atlanta is.
What they
don't even know where Misawa is, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's true. Aomori,
and I say Aomori, and they be like,
apples. That was For what I gotta see from Baltimore, I gotta tell them like I'll say New York or DC because they always know where DC is from the movies, and they always know where New York is because that. So I'm like, I'll be like New York, and then I'm Baltimore. And they're like, oh, okay. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, man, being that. But it's great. I mean, but even still, man, I've never been to. Well, I've been through Atlanta. I've never been there, and I know it's different.
A lot of people have just been through Atlanta.
Yeah, I know, but again, you got the cities and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm not sure like how the demographic or like the area was where you grew up, man. But like some people, they can't separate them where they from. Like, oh, like I mean, I'll tell people I'm from Baltimore, but I'm not telling people I'm from Baltimore in a way to say like don't mess with me or whatever. You know what I mean? I've been around violence, but I mean, I don't. I can produce violence for sure, but I don't advocate it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't go around like looking for stuff like that. But you know what I mean? I'll let people. I'll tell some people like that because like some people they don't see that stuff and where you're from. So it's just kind of cool that you came here and everything was cool for that. As far as I was speaking with military about your brother and everything, you never considered joining the military or yeah.
No, I didn't see that as being the. No, he didn't. He didn't discourage me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I definitely just watching him, cause he went off. I guess to what's that? What's the first when they send you away at first? I mean, regardless of what branch you choose, right?
Boot camp.
You go to boot camp, and he actually was enlisting into the Marines.
Yeah, same.
And then I don't think he even made it out of boot camp. He got a discharge, medical discharge on that. So, not to my brother's business.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick. Yeah. But, I mean, and then he went back in with Navy, and that has been really good to him. So
yeah. That's actually it's kind of weird. It's funny, man, because my story is the same way. I was going to join Marines. I was at the whole all that be all you can be, all that the Marine stuff that they kick the people. Then comes to find out it ain't like that. And I knew I could do it and everything. For me, I was going to go there. Then I got my scholarship at the University of Maryland, play football there. So when I got there, I was like, I'm not going. And dude was like, don't come. Like, go take your scholarship shit. Wow. So that was shocking because I figured he'd be like, nah, man, go ahead and join the Marines. And that was a blessing in disguise. Because then, now knowing what I know now, that would have been. I guarantee you, I wouldn't have been here because there's no bases up here. I would have been if I came to Japan. I'll be down there in Okinawa, like restricted the base or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got into college and they gave me time to research, and then I figured out it don't matter which branch you in, it's all the same fuckery. You know what I'm saying? So it don't really matter. I mean, it's just a little bit more or less. And then I ended up in the Air Force. Everybody's talking crap, and then I got more. I was telling you the other day, I got more combat experience than Marines because it depends about your job. So I've been in Iraq and all that stuff, man. So yeah, I was always wondering why, like, you know, the like you came here, you weren't military. Now, you know, I figured you were probably military when I first met you.
You know, everybody thought that, you know, and I mean, they're like, oh, how did you end up over here? We're not sure how you ended up over here.
Yeah.
I give them the short story. And
some people were dependents, like a lot. I know,
right,
like one of your guys is,
yeah.
He said he was dependent and parents left, and then he kind of, you know what I mean, they either survive or they don't. So most people don't make it because that work, man, is tough to do all that stuff, man. But yeah, man. What time? You got good on time, man? Because I gotta get out of here a little bit, man. So I'm gonna kind of wrap it up a little bit. Any other ideas and any other? Because we definitely will do this again at some point.
I mean,
we'll probably do like a post or another pre. If you got another pre-event coming up or a whatever, then what I'll probably do actually after I clear some guests, I'll probably get I'm getting another the third or fourth mic set up. Right. And what I'll do is, man, like the artists, man, because again, I don't know these guys personally, but I mean, if they're good people to you, then I know you got a good eye for good or bad people or whatever. You wouldn't bring anybody like wild around my situation or whatever.
No, not at all.
So yeah, man, I'll definitely want like link up with them. Then, you know, I got the studio at the house, which I mean, it's set up and everything, and they'll see what I do and whatever, man. I'm all about networking. I got beats for days. Yeah. Ain't nobody using them. I got over 170 beats on SoundCloud. They just on there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure within those 174, at least 2 beats in there you like. You know what I'm saying? Depending on, you know.
Gotta be something,
you know what I mean?
right?
But then again, you know, my style is, I think I got maybe one or two that's maybe like trappish, and that's probably the only ones newer guys like. But my bad, like rambling kind of with. So any other things coming up for the events? I know we already talked about that.
Man, I'm all over the place. I mean, definitely. If I have not been to your city yet, you definitely should have me come to your city.
So again, we got right here.
I gotta say that.
Pulling up here in a second. This is going to be this is Wiz's site right here. Again, I got all the stuff down there in the bottom, so you'll follow all his Instagram, things like that posting up. So definitely go ahead and get on there. I'll give him a follow and everything. Again, I got these CDs right here. Pretty much for anybody who's looking to get these. I mean, again, they're all DJ CDs or whatever, make the same thing. But it's still, you know, every DJ is different. Every DJ got a different flavor. Every DJ got a different way to blend it or whatever. So, I mean, for me, man, you know, not only because I knew him, but because it was just well put together, everything blended, and it was like you didn't get bored. You know what I mean? All right, man, switch that shit. You know what I'm saying? like it was like done. Like right when you're in the mix CD, it was right. Everything was well timed and well blended and everything, man. So definitely good stuff. As far as these, I mean, I know you said more local, so these are more like local purchases. Or local,
those are more local. I mean, if you can, you hit up Donnie here.
Yeah. So I mean, if you guys
make a special request,
if you guys want these, I can definitely drop them in the mail or you know, collect the payment or whatever and get it to him and get it dropped in there and stuff like that. So we definitely can get it. Again, is you know, it is what it is. It's mixed CD, but again, you know, he took his time, took the production, put it down. And for me, man, I've heard a lot of CDs. It's definitely pro level, man. So definitely good stuff. You know, definitely he's gonna get with me, you know, sometime to get this next music thing in. Again, because there's different guys out there and there's a different group of people to know. So I'll definitely get out there and do another NPC joint. And this time, again, like I said, I'm going to have cameras because didn't have cameras the first couple of times, man. So kind of like, you know, everybody want to have the keepsake and everything. But it's all good, man. We'll get it done. But again, this been a quick. I mean, I know Wiz for a bit, but you know, just getting to know a little bit more about him, and that's what this podcast is about. For mine, again, guys, for some guys like the structure, whatever planned out stuff. To me, it does not fluid enough. So again, that's how it's going to be here, and always at Pinku Style, keeping it real, keeping it 100%, and bringing you only the real people I know and things like that. Not chasing no fake dudes down there who don't really want to be here. So again, and this is the first time doing it. If you've ever done any podcasts already.
I've done interviews before, but this is the first podcast for me.
And it probably initially felt like an interview, but I mean, and then we start getting in and chopping it up and get comfortable and everything. Yeah. So we come back again, and you'll be comfortable, and then your dudes, you know, I mean, I probably get a bigger table, get a wide angle lens.
Have a whole bunch of people standing behind us.
Yeah,
while we talking.
Yeah, well, they probably actually be like over there, and everything. But
I mean, who knows?
But yeah, man, we definitely could get that done. But again, guys out there, thank you for tuning in. It's going to be Pinku Style Podcast episode 11 with DJ Wiz and Wizdim. And we definitely get that stuff going on. I'll drop all the links down and stuff so you guys can see that. And again, be sure to subscribe to the everything, you know, the SoundCloud where I'm primarily at for the audio downloadable, YouTube and everything. So yeah, man, this again, episode 11, you know, a few months from now might be on episode 1000. We don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's we'll slow down a little bit. But again, thank you guys for tuning in, taking time out of your day, night, evening, whatever you're in Alaska and the sun don't go down or whatever. You know, thank you guys for tuning in too, man. Get some sleep out there. So it's going to be Donald Jackson again signing off. And we got again DJ Wizdim here. And we're going to see you guys later. Peace.
It's Inky. Let's get it. 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 Man, you niggas be talking money, man, but when I see you, I don't see none of that shit. Y'all get money while y'all robbing and shit. I'm running to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's get it. Running to the money, gone. Running to the money, y'all be running to the money while y'all niggas looking funny. Y'all be running, I be running. Boy, I'ma check a bag and get it. I be running to the money, gone. Running to the money, I be running to the money while y'all niggas looking funny. Y'all be running, I be running. Boy, I'ma check a bag and get it. I love the money, man. I gotta check a bag. Salute to all my niggas getting money, stacking cash. Don't fuck with broke niggas. Don't fuck with broke bitches. Surround myself with them others that be about they riches. Cause life is too short, so I need my money long. Before I die, I'm making sure me and my people alone. Money my motivation, ain't no procrastinating. Can't make up time that's wasted. We do it big vacation. Waikiki, Hawaii. Catch me and play by icy. These no-name rappers don't like me. I see the hate that's likely. I'm from the Windy City. Track baby on the set like Spike Lee. My life is like a movie. I stay with G's like Gucci. Running to the money. Running to the money. I be running to the money while y'all niggas looking funny. I be running. I be running. Man, I'ma check a bag and get it. I be running to the money. Running to the money, y'all be running to the money while y'all niggas looking funny. Y'all be running, I be running. Man, I'ma check a bag and get it. You say you getting money, you making ends meet. You check your bank account, really it be less than a G. You broke as you can be. Who you think you fooling, Jack? You ain't got no racks on racks. You ain't out there pushing packs. You ain't got no girls on the track. Why your credit card get declined? Why you robbing all the time? People in the streets know you lying. Icky be on his grind. I'm on it all the time. I gotta make my money long like the Dan Ryan. I fuck with Hamilton, Jackson, Lincoln, but I love Franklin. I pop Imperial bottles so you know what I'm drinking. I fuck with Hamilton, Jackson, Lincoln, but I love Franklin. I pop Imperial bottles so you know what I'm drinking. Running to the money. Running to the money, I be running to the money while y'all niggas looking funny.